Cortney Baker, and I'm the owner and founder and CEO of KidsCare Therapy. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about our story. It all started in 2001 when I graduated college with my master's degree in communication disorders and sciences. My fiance at the time, Jason Baker, and I moved back to Texas because that's where I'm from. And I worked for 1 year in the school district in Cedar Hill, and I had the junior high and the high school, and I had about 83 kids on my caseload. And I loved the kids, but I didn't love doing what I did. I just felt like I wasn't getting enough time with the kids and really being able to make a difference. And then a friend of mine introduced me to pediatric home health, and I fell in love and found my true calling. I worked for a company that shall remain nameless, and I worked there for about 4 months, and I realized that I loved what I did. I loved the kids, I loved the individual therapy, and I loved having the parents involved. And one day I went into the office and I heard the owners laughing and talking about how replaceable the employees were. Well, as a little Texas Spitfire, I knew right then and there that I could do something better and had the place that therapists felt and employees felt valued, appreciated, and heard. The year was 2002, and Jason and I had just gotten married. In February of 2003, KidsCare Therapy was incorporated. February 18th, 2003. February 25th, 2003, there was a huge ice storm in Dallas. Well, as you know, as a therapist, if you don't work, you don't get paid. Well, Jason had just been laid off. Do you remember the economy right after September 11th? It was horrible. He had lost his job. We had a brand new house, a baby on the way, no money in the bank, and I knew that I had just conquered Illinois winters for 6 years. So me and the truckers hit the roadways and I did my visits. It was chaos. Well, the company that I worked for had their office closed for 3 days. And then I called and said, hey, I need to get my paperwork, because we were all on paper. And I said, I need to get my paperwork in, and can you let me know how I'm gonna get paid? And the owner's son, who doubled as the HR director, said, well, you'll have to get paid next week because you didn't get your notes in on time. Well, I told him my first mortgage was in the bank, like in my first mortgage check was on its way to Wells Fargo. And I said, I have to get paid this week. And he said, too bad. I'll never forget, I was driving to my kids in South Dallas to do therapy. And I just broke down crying and I said, all right, God, I'll do it. I will start this company that you've laid on my heart, but I need your help. I had my baby, Grace, on July 1st, 2003, and KidsCare Therapy opened its doors October 27th of 2003. I had a 1.5 week maternity leave, filed the policies and procedures and the paperwork, and we were open for business on October 27th, 2003. And we opened in a little home. I had a partner in the beginning. It was in her house, and I had 10 patients. My patients were in Plano, South Dallas, Midlothian, Grand Prairie, and back to Arlington, Duncanville, 175, the projects of South Dallas, then back to Plano for my after-schoolers. And I always said, if I could make KidsCare Therapy the place where people felt appreciated and valued and heard, then we would be the best pediatric home health care in Dallas, and not realizing that we were going to be statewide. So I always say, I will not ask anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do, but I'll do a lot of stuff. I loved the South Dallas projects. That was my favorite area, because I knew I had 2 little girls who adored me, and I would pull up and they had a rotating door of men in their lives. Every week they were calling a new guy daddy. They knew Miss Cortney was a constant. Every Monday and Wednesday I would drive up and Erica and Jasmine would run out the door. I wouldn't even have put it in park yet, and they would run out the door. Miss Cortney! I knew that I was making a difference. You know, I'll be honest, the first year was so hard. I was putting payroll on my credit cards. We had a brand new baby. I was in charge of the billing. I had no idea what I was doing. We would basically hire people, like do orientation at the interview. We would check for a pulse, check for a license if they were a therapist, and be like, okay, let's do your orientation. And I'm not kidding. We really started growing. We had this crazy, amazing marketing plan that worked. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's just so out there, but it worked, and we started getting calls, and then right at about a year we hired our first employee, and I'm so grateful and thankful that she's still here. She's with us. Her name is Belinda, and she's in the back operations of KidsCare. But her first day, she built her chair. And her computer was my Dell computer dinosaur from college. And we had two little cordless phones, and we had two landlines, and if we got a call, she would have to answer those. Sometimes she'd have to take them to the bathroom so we could make sure that we didn't miss a referral. I mean, it was crazy. We just kept growing, and then we were so amazingly blessed to have all these people just start coming and joining our team. And now I look back and I'm like, to look at where we've come and to know that today we have the amazing privilege of touching over 2,300 patients all over the state of Texas and now in Colorado, and we have plans to go further and do nursing, and we have more stuff up our sleeves. I can't wait to roll it out, but I'm so grateful that you are part of our journey. So our core values are care, commitment, accountability, results, and ethics. And they're not just these posters that we hang on the wall and look nice. They really serve the purpose of why KidsCare even started. I never felt, when I was out in the working world before I started KidsCare, I never felt like I was valued and heard and appreciated, especially when the owners were sitting there talking and laughing about how employees were replaceable. KidsCare really stands behind those core values, and we believe it. As employees, I want everyone to know that if we ever don't show our commitment to you and our accountability to the patients and the results that we are making a difference in these kids' lives, and our ethics. Ethics is the biggest one for me too. But if we don't ever stand behind that, then I'm not doing my job as the owner, because that's why I started this company. And I wanted it to be a place where everyone here, I mean, we are all a team. And I wanted everyone to feel like they were somewhere that they really loved working. So, all that being said, my email is cbaker@kidscaretherapy.com. I'm always available for you to come into the office or call or email me. I want to hear from you. Now, that's not saying I'll always do it, because there's other reasons, other factors that go into it. That's not saying that I'm always going to do what you need me to do, but I'm always here to listen, and I want to hear from you. I want KidsCare to be a place that you can feel proud to be a part of the team.